Watermelon and watermelon once again. What's up, 23% Nation? This is your man, Coach D. Today I'm back with fruit of the day, the one and only watermelon. So maybe you're like Coach D and you absolutely love watermelon, or maybe you're not like Coach D and you absolutely hate watermelon. Well, whatever the case may be, please listen and watch on why, because we're about to dive just a little deeper into the wonderful world of the. All right, first up, a little bit of background information. Now, a lot of us may still be questioning whether or not a watermelon is a fruit. Well, guys, the answer is absolutely yes. Of course, watermelons are fruits. You got to understand something, that if a plant food has seeds as well as an edible flesh, then it is considered a fruit, plain and simple. Now, also, watermelons appear to have originated from southern Africa. I didn't know that. Also, watermelons are tropical or subtropical plants and need temperatures higher than 77 degrees Fahrenheit to grow. So I guess that means you can't grow watermelons during the winter. Interesting. And last but not least, watermelon season is during the warmest months of the year. So basically that means that watermelons grow during the summertime, which probably translates to reduced prices in the grocery stores and maybe even the farmers markets during the summer months. So for those of us who are wondering when is the best time to purchase your watermelons, well, the warmest months, meaning summer. So there we have it, guys. A little bit of background information about the one and only watermelon. All right, look at this. More background information. Why? Because watermelons are popular. And also because Coach D loves watermelons. Believe it or not, it's estimated that there are actually more than 1,200 different cultivars, or we can say types, of watermelon still in existence. Now, this includes the Lanatus watermelon, the Crimson Sweet watermelon, and the Jubilee watermelon. Now, take a look at the picture. As you can see, several different types of watermelons are being shown. Now, they come in different sizes, different colors, and they probably also have different tastes. So, do yourself a favor, try out more than one type of watermelon and come back to the video and let me know your thoughts. So there we have it, guys. More background information about the one and only watermelon. All right, now it's time for a few fun facts. Unbeknownst to most people, the entire watermelon is edible. That's right, guys, including the rind and seeds. The seeds actually provide protein, omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids, magnesium, zinc, copper, potassium, and more. Certain watermelon plants have been genetically modified to produce watermelon with no seeds or small white seeds. A lot of research has actually been put into breeding disease-resistant varieties of watermelon and developing seedless strains that keep all of the nutrients intact. It's believed that seedless types offer similar health benefits to the kind with seeds. It's always best to purchase organic varieties of common modified crops whenever possible. Because watermelon seeds are often treated with synthetic growth simulators in the production of non-organic watermelon, in order to reduce your risk of contamination with all chemical synthetic additives, look for naturally grown organic watermelon. So basically what this comes down to is this. Yes, you have two different types of watermelons. You have the types that are naturally grown, and then of course we have the GMO type. So do yourself a favor, go organic if you have to, or choose the other type. Ultimately, it depends on you. It depends on the amount of money that you have. But ultimately, the best type are the organic options. Also, don't forget to eat the seeds. Why? They're good for you. So there we have it, guys. Fun facts about the one and only water. Okay, more fun facts. Now, a lot of us love watermelon, but we don't quite know if it's ripe or not. So the question is, how can I tell if my watermelon is ripe, right? To know when it's ready to cut, open, and eat, and to unlock the many health benefits of watermelon, look for a yellow or cream color on the bottom of the melon as opposed to bright white. Now, take a look at the picture. As you can see that the bottom of the watermelon comes in different shades of white to yellow. So as you can see here, if it's really white, then it's good. If it's a light yellow, slight white, then it's better. And then if it's a very dark white or dark yellow maybe, then it's best. Whatever the case may be, don't necessarily look at the green part, focus on the bottom part because that's going to let you know whether or not your watermelon is ripe. So there we have it, guys. More fun facts about the one and only watermelon. All right, it's time for the not so fun facts. Because there is a relatively high amount of natural sugars such as glucose, fructose, and sucrose and carbs in watermelon with little fiber, unfortunately, and almost no protein or healthy fats, eating large amounts can spike blood sugar levels. Oh no, say it ain't so, Coach D. For those who have a form of known insulin resistance, including those who are pre-diabetic or who have diabetes, opting for lower sugar fruits that also have more fiber like berries may be beneficial. So what does this all mean? It simply means this, that if you are pre-diabetic or if you have diabetes, then you may want to minimize your watermelon consumption. That doesn't mean don't eat it at all. It just simply means keep it low. So there we have it, guys. The not so fun facts about the one and only watermelon. All right, it's now time to talk about the 5-20 rule. Ladies and gentlemen, when we talk about the 5-20 rule, we're basically talking about food labels. That's right, guys. It's time for us to learn to read and understand food labels. When we talk about the 5-20 rule, ultimately it's a guide. It's a guide that lets us know whether or not a food or beverage item is a good source or not a good source of any particular nutrient. Now, when we talk about the 5-20 rule, really what we're talking about is percent daily value, abbreviated percent DV. Now let's take a look at our sample food label. As you can see, it is divided into 3 parts. Each part is colored differently. We have the lavender portion, the yellow portion, and the blue portion. Now let's take each portion separately. First is the lavender portion. As you can see, it is a column entitled percent daily value. Now, percent DV is given to us as a percentage, which basically means it could be as low as 0% to as high as 100%. Now, there are a few cases where the percent DV may be above 100. However, there is no case where the percent DV is lower than 0. Now, let's talk about the yellow portion. The yellow portion specifically gives rise to saturated fat, trans fats, cholesterol, and sodium. Now, it is unfortunate, but these nutrients do a really good job at promoting sickness, illness, and disease within the body temple. So, if anything, when it comes to these nutrients, you want to make sure that the percent DV is as close to 0 as possible. Now, when we talk about the blue portion, we're talking about daily fiber, vitamin A, vitamin C, calcium, and iron, which basically represent all vitamins and minerals. Now, these nutrients do just the opposite of the yellow nutrients. Rather than promote disease within the body temple, they promote wellness and health. That's right, guys. So if anything, you want to make sure that your beverage and food items are as close to 100% for these nutrients as possible. Now, what I want to offer next is a guide that can help make understanding the 5-20 rule a little easier. So, if your food or beverage item offers 0% to 9% DV of any particular nutrient, then that food or beverage item is not a good source of that particular nutrient. Next up, if the food or beverage item offers 10% to 19% DV of any particular nutrient, then that food or beverage item is considered a good source of that particular nutrient. Lastly, if the food or beverage item offers 20% DV or greater, then that food or beverage item is considered an excellent source of that particular nutrient. So there we have it, guys. the ins and outs about the 5-20 rule. All right, it's now time to talk about the nutrition facts of watermelons. So for today's lecture, we're going to simply say that a single serving of watermelon is equivalent to 1 cup. That's it. So in 1 cup of watermelon, we're going to get 46 calories, 11.5 grams of carbs, and look at this. 1 cup of watermelon is actually going to provide us with 1 gram of protein. That's right, guys. Watermelons have protein. Next up, 0.2 grams of fat. Now look at this, 0.6 grams of dietary fiber. Very important. Now let's talk about vitamins and minerals. A cup of watermelon is going to provide us with vitamin C at 21% DV. So that means that this single serving of watermelon is an excellent source of vitamin C. Next up is vitamin A coming in at 17% DV. Good source. Potassium now comes in at 5% DV. Not a good source. Then there's magnesium coming in at only 4% DV, not a good source. And then we have thiamine, vitamin B6, pantothenic acid, copper, and manganese all coming in at only 3% DV. So unfortunately, a single serving of watermelon is not a good source of thiamine, vitamin B6, pantothenic acid, copper, or manganese. So there we have it, guys, the nutrition facts about the one and only watermelon. All right, now it's time to talk about the health benefits. But before we do, Coach D wants to very quickly talk with you about the principle of cause and effect. Now, some of us may already be familiar with this principle. Why? Because it's one of the 7 hermetic principles. Basically, what it states is every cause has its effect and every effect has its cause. There really is no such thing as chance and or luck. In other words, everything happens for a reason. So today what I want to do is not only list the benefits of consuming watermelons, which ultimately are the effects, but I also want to give you the cause for each effect. That's right, guys. It's time for us to become more familiar with the phytonutrients, or shall we call them the medicines that are within the plants that we eat. So first up, watermelons benefits the cardiovascular system. Now, what's the cause? Say hello to citrulline. Next up, watermelon boosts our immune system. So, what's the cause? Lycopene and vitamin C. Next up, watermelons improve our heart health. Now, the phytonutrients that are responsible are potassium, magnesium, and good old lycopene. Number 4, the benefit, well, watermelons offer an alternative treatment for mild to moderate erectile dysfunction. That's right, gentlemen, mild to moderate erectile dysfunction treatment. And who knew that citrulline was responsible? Next up, number 5, watermelon relieves pain and soreness. So, which phytonutrients are responsible? Say hello to vitamin C, potassium, and magnesium. Next up, watermelons may prevent kidney stones. Wow, who knew? Well, which phytonutrient is responsible? Say hello to potassium. Next up, watermelons aid in detoxification of the body. Now, here's what you got to know, is that watermelon is actually 91% water. That's right. So whenever you eat watermelon, essentially you're drinking water. And it also has potassium and magnesium. That's right. So those are the phytonutrients that are responsible for the detoxification. Next up, watermelons may help fight cancer cells. Interesting. Now, which phytonutrients are responsible for that? Well, say hello to lycopene, vitamin C, and vitamin A. Next up, watermelon protects skin health. Amazing, right? So which phytonutrients are responsible for that? Well, vitamin A and vitamin C. All right, a few more health benefits. Number 10, watermelon supports healthy vision. Now, there are a lot of phytonutrients that are responsible for this. Say hello to beta carotene, vitamin A, vitamin C, lutein, and zeaxanthin. Amazing. Number 11, watermelon may help fight weight loss. That's right. Well, it doesn't fight it. Actually, it causes weight loss. That's right. Remember, we just talked about the nutrition facts. And watermelon is extremely low in calories. Why? Because it's mostly water. That's right. So for those of us who are looking to lose a little bit of weight, It's easy. Eat more watermelon. And lastly, watermelon can improve exercise recovery. That's right. So for all of us weightlifters, all of us strength trainers, right? You want to expedite exercise recovery? It's easy, guys. Eat more watermelon. Why? Because it contains citrulline. That's right. So there we have it, guys. More and lots of health benefits from the one and only watermelon. All right, now it's time to talk about food. Yes, plant foods at that. Guys, our go-to website for everything vegan is forksoverknives.com. By the way, there is a movie entitled Forks Over Knives, which I highly recommend you watch. Now, as usual, I went to the website, did a little bit of research about watermelons, and look at what I found. 2 amazing vegan watermelon dishes that I want to share with you right now. So the first one is Chipotle watermelon gazpacho. Take a look at the picture. Looks delicious. Now, our second recipe is entitled 15-minute watermelon gazpacho. Take a look at that picture. Looks delicious. So, if you are at all interested, all you have to do is click on the description box. I am providing you with a link to both recipes on forksoverknives.com. Now, when you get to the website, you're going to find a lot of great information. It's going to give you the cooking time, cooking instructions, and of course, an ingredient list to follow. So, do me a favor. Go to the website, make them, taste them, come back to the video, and let me know how your thoughts are. All right. So there we have it, guys. Not one, but 2 amazing vegan watermelon recipes from forksoverknives. All right. 23% Nation, I hear you. A lot of you say, well, Coach D, thanks for the fun facts. Coach D, thanks for the nutrition facts. But what I really want to know is, when should I eat more watermelon? Well, 23% Nation, if that's your question, then the perfect day, and I do mean the perfect day to eat more watermelon, is Nature Day. What? Nature Day? Yes, good old Nature Day. Guys, Nature Day happens to be the first day of the 23% challenge. That's right. Now, some of us may not be familiar with the challenge, and that's okay. The 23% challenge is a monthly 7-day wellness program that is designed to help improve your health, your wealth, your relationships. Oh, and by the way, it also helps to save good old planet Earth. Now, here's the thing. The 23% challenge is monthly, meaning every month, and it's 7 days. As a matter of fact, it's the first 7 days of the month, the first all the way through the 7th. Now, Nature Day happens to be the first day of the challenge, which means Nature Day is the first day of every month. So, whether it's July 1st, August 1st, or even December 1st, it's always Nature Day. Now, a lot of us may be interested in Nature Day. A lot of us may be interested in eating more plants. A lot of us may be interested in transitioning to a more whole food plant-based diet. Or maybe you're the type of person who's stricken with the big 4. Maybe you have cancer, maybe you have type 2 diabetes, maybe you have heart disease, maybe you are obese, maybe you have skin conditions, maybe you have digestive disorders, and you're looking for a natural, holistic approach to becoming more healthy. Well, guys, you've come to the right place. Today, I want to offer you 4 avenues that I believe can help heal you holistically, naturally. That's right, guys. So I want to introduce you to a 3% vegan, a 10% vegan, a 17% vegan, and then the ultimate 23% vegan. Let's take one by one. First up is a 3% vegan. Now, that's any person, man, woman, or child who only eats plant foods and drinks only water only 1 day out of an entire month. Next up is a 10% vegan. That's any person, man, woman, or child who only eats plant foods and drinks only water only 3 days out of an entire month. Then we have a 17% vegan. That's anyone, man, woman, or child who only eats plant foods and drinks only water only 5 days out of an entire month. And lastly is a 23% vegan. Now, technically, that's what Coach D considers himself to be. Now, what does that mean? Well, it means that I only eat plant foods and drink only water the first 7 days out of every single month. That's right, guys, the 1st through the 7th. Now, a lot of you may be wondering, so Coach D, which plant foods do you eat? Well, it's easy. I only eat from the 5 food groups of plant foods, right? They happen to be number 1, fruits, number 2, vegetables and herbs, number 3, legumes, meaning beans and peas, number 4, nuts and seeds, and number 5, whole grains. So there we have it, guys. 4 avenues to help make your nature day, or shall I say your quest to becoming more healthy holistically, better. All right, it's time for Coach D's tips. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to offer a little bit of help, a little bit of assistance. Why? Because I want your nature day to be successful. So I'm going to offer you 5 tips. Tip number 1, go to your local grocery store. Now, when you get there, you're only really going to go 2 places. Number 1 is the produce section. Number 2 is the freezer aisle. In the produce section, that's where we're going to find all of our fresh plant foods. In the freezer aisle, we're going to find all of our frozen plant foods. Now, a lot of people may wonder what's better, fresh or frozen. Well, believe it or not, the nutrient content of fresh and frozen are pretty much the same. However, I will advise you that if you're the type of person who prefers delaying eating your plant foods, or if it takes you a long time to eat your plant foods, then go for the frozen option. Why? Because you can put them in your freezer, they'll last longer. However, if you're the type of person who gobbles down your plant foods the moment they get home, well, then I suggest you opt for the fresh plant foods. Tip number 2, go to the prepared dishes section of your local grocery store. So once you're done with the produce section and the freezer aisle, walk on over to the prepared dishes section. Talk to the person behind the counter and ask them if they have any vegan, not vegetarian, but vegan options. Ask for a quick sample, and providing you like it, purchase your food by the pound or maybe even 2 pounds if you really, really like it. Tip number 3, go visit your local farmer's market. Now, farmers markets are amazing. Why? Because they primarily cater to the organic plant food market. That's right. So if you're the type of person who must eat organic only, then farmers markets are definitely the place to go. Tip number 4, go visit a vegan restaurant. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for us to support the wellness community. So here's the primary benefit of vegan restaurants is that they hire vegan chefs. Now, vegan chefs do an amazing job at cooking plant foods. As a matter of fact, they not only know how to cook plant foods, but they also know which plant foods to combine to give us the most nutritious, delicious dishes. That's right. So the next time you're ready to eat plant foods, go visit your local vegan restaurant. And tip number 5 is to subscribe to a vegan meal prep company. Now, this is for people who don't have time to cook plant foods, people who don't want to cook plant foods, or people who don't know how to cook plant foods, right? Let the experts do it for you. So here's how it works. You order, they cook it, they deliver it, you eat it. It's just that simple. So there you have it, guys. 5 tips to help make your nature day. All right, it's time for our question of the day, and this comes from yours truly and the rest of the 23% nation. It happens to be a fill-in-the-blank question, so here we go. Watermelons are tropical or subtropical plants and need temperatures higher than blank degrees Fahrenheit to grow. Now, I believe I covered that answer earlier in the video, so if you got it, great. If you didn't, hit rewind. Guys, do me a favor and just simply post your answer in the comment box below. Guys, I want to thank you for watching. I definitely want to thank you for listening. As always, let's eat well, feel well, think well, do well, be well. Now, I do ask you to subscribe, especially if you love watermelons. That's right. And don't forget to use our 3-word mantra. It's #EatMorePlants. As stated earlier, my name is Coach D. I'm signing out, but always remember to take care, God bless, and never ever forget that Coach D loves you.